of course, this is a difficult question at the basis. But I'm pretty sure that we really live in a multicultural society. Just watch the country where I live, where 15% are people having a different background from the Flemish background, and the prognosis is that it will be 30% in 2050. So why could one then say it is something of make-believe that is political correctness? Okay, there's a lot of talk about political correctness in intercultural approach of people, and in my country again, for too long they have been afraid of saying the things as they are. Result is loads of problem with, for instance, the Arab-speaking community in our country. Who's to blame? The Arab-speaking community? I wouldn't say so. The Flemish-speaking community? I wouldn't say so. They're both to blame. And it comes down not having tackled the problem from the beginning, training people, both Flemings and newcomers interculturally, to be able to deal with one another in a correct way, in a correct political way, but then not political correctness, but in a correct political way, correct social way, correct any way of having a society that lives together. And I think it's very important, because there for me the key word is respect. In the beginning we wanted people to integrate, we wanted people to adapt, but the question is always, you have to adapt to whom? To the churchgoer who goes to church 5 days a week, to the lesbian married couple having one child, to another woman who is going to have abortion, to some hooligan going to football? Do we have to adapt to that model? No, I don't think so. We have to respect all those different layers in society, whether they're originally Flemish or have another cultural background. If we can do that, it will be a win-win situation, and it will enhance our understanding of one another. I think that's what my deepest belief is in that. But it's a very, very, very long and very difficult way, and we have only started. If we have started. I don't know whether that could be a possible answer to your question.
It is.
Yeah?
It is.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Talking about multilingualism is talking about intercultural dialogue. For a dialogue to become multicultural, it needs to be edifying in the sense of the Latin word edificatio. In today's Europe, do you consider we are faced with an authentic intercultural dialogue, or is it only a make-believe derived from political awareness and correctness?
It's a tricky question what you're asking here, because talking about multilingualism fairly often is talking about just acquiring more languages in good conditions, which means perfect training at schools with well-trained teachers and all these things. I think multilingualism is much more. We have minority languages, we have migrant languages, we have a rich blossomful picture of languages in any country, but we didn't deal with that one. So that brings me to the dialogue now. If I study, let's say somebody studies German because he has friends there and he wants to visit there, he's interested for the culture, and it's a goal for that person in a foreign language. If we come to this people living here, we are immediately right in the middle of the hierarchy of languages. Which are respected languages, which aren't. And when I go back to my Austrian background and I look at the status certain languages have, it's actually that the languages we acquire as foreign languages, and we think important from all the European programs promoting multilingualism, those languages we learn as foreign languages, but we estimate very low the multilingualism already here within the country. So we rather drive out Turkish young learners from their Turkish background in acquiring German and probably later English, rather than using that already available multilingual background because of the status that's allocated to certain languages, of the status that's allocated in culture. And that now, talking about intercultural dialogue. Dialogue would actually mean, in terms of interpersonal communication, that it's between even partners on an even level. If intercultural dialogue starts from an even level of both, well, fair enough, but can that really happen, and does that happen in reality? I doubt, because there comes in the hierarchy, majority in society and all these things, and of course political ideology and all movements of xenophobic parties and all these things. And that's actually the most impediment thing. We don't offensively talk about these issues at the moment in many European countries. We are in defense against this xenophobic use of the foreigners, the ones coming here, importing crime, importing all these bad things, and not looking at the richness given by the migrant populations and the rich variety in languages they already brought here. I feel a bit sorry about that approach, but it's a fact. I wished I could offer better prospect there, but being an Austrian, I have to be very pessimistic, because simple rights of linguistic minorities that even are part of the constitution of the country haven't been fulfilled yet due to right-wing politics. And so it's a long way to go. It's an ideal to go for, but I think we have to be aware dialogues should start from the same level and not from a hierarchy level.
So of course it's English, yeah. I think, and it depends on the skills, yeah, how skillful you are. The language and the comfortability has got or the usage of the language and comfortability has got some correlation in this context.